What is up, my tubers? Welcome back to another draft here on Arena. Thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to check out cardkingdom.com/Numot for all your Magic card needs. Excuse me. We are going to throw it back to regular Wilds of Eldraine for now. I believe there's supposed to be an Arena Open coming up, or at least that's what I was told. I'm not sure if that's actually accurate, so get some more prep on this. I don't think they have sealed available, otherwise I'd be doing a little bit of that. But we've opened the the Rotisserie Elemental for our rare pick one, pack one. Vampiric Rites as the bonus sheet card. I think I'm just gonna first pick Feed the Cauldron here. Pie Wielder's alright. Stroke of Midnight's alright. Hopeful Vigil's decent. Been very happy with Feed. Let's just do that. Good enough removal spell to start things off. Getting past an Ingenious Prodigy. This has been a solid enough card. If they don't deal with it, tends to bury people in card advantage. Not looking at taking any of these black cards to follow up the feed. Yeah, the three best cards here are like, what? Hollow Scavenger, Edgewall Pack, and Ingenious Prodigy. Maybe Evolving Wilds. Alright, just taking the rare, though. Easy enough to splash for, decent enough to splash for. Okay, and a third pick, Torch the Tower. Very easy pickup here. One of the better commons in the format, of course. We are pretty far in this set's, I guess, livelihood. We've been doing it now for, I don't know, a month or two, right? So things have kind of settled off. People understand generally the value of things. Which means, I mean, this is interesting because there's a common and one uncommon missing. So no rare or mythic. Wonder what commons they would have taken over the Torch. I guess Imidane's Recruiter, maybe one. And then, I don't know. In any case, we will take the Torch third pick into a second Feed the Cauldron, perhaps. Hearth Elemental could be okay, though I think I'd like taking the removal here first. Another Scavenger. Okay. Let's keep feeding, I guess. At this point, do we want to take either the Grand Ball Guest, the Minstrosity, or like the Balluna's Gatekeeper? I suppose maybe I should just take the black card to stick with the two black cards I have versus I only have one of each blue and red. I do generally think the Grand Ball Guest is better than the Minstrosity, but yeah, I guess I'll just stick with black for now and we'll take the feed. I don't know. Either way, I'm taking a 2-drop there, I think, over the Gatekeeper. Maybe we get past like a late Greta or something. So, that being said, we were just talking about how the Wilds of Eldraine format has run its course. Oh, that's a nice pack. Where would we rate it at the end of the day? Overall as a format. I think it was alright. I'm not going to say it's above average by any means, but it's probably, a 5 out of 10. Maybe it's exactly average, actually. Edgewall Pack, Vermin. I think Pack is a little bit better than Vermin. But there's also another Grand Ball Guest, but I think we'll just go with the 4-drop this time. Yeah, we might be on our way to a nice red-black start. Usually that's the now the rat archetype. As I guess I'll take Tattered Ratter here over Minecart Daredevil. I think the Daredevil is actually better than Ratter, but I'd rather have the 2-drop than the 3-drop. As I was saying, let's see, how many drafts have I done of this format now. I think I've actually done quite a few. Yeah, we just got over 100. Although some of that not necessarily what I wanted to be doing, as we get us a very late Ash. Okay. I guess there is a world where we pivot into red-white from this point. Like, I first pick the feed, and really we haven't seen much black otherwise. We'll stay open there. So overall, I have a 62% win rate, and I've trophied just under about 25% of the time. So not too bad. Not my best draft format, but certainly not my worst, as we get a Bellowing Bruiser here. Man, I like that the Elemental is a cheap, aggressive creature, but I've never really found it to be all that impressive. Okay, Gnawing Pack, or not Gnawing Pack, Edgewall Pack coming back. I was talking about the Gnawing Crescendo there. So red seems somewhat available. Black, I wouldn't say was particularly open. Getting an Ash doesn't necessarily mean white was open, as it is paired with red, of course, and then the Prodigy, I think, is whatever as well. 40 gems for me. Don't mind getting 40 gems, 11th pick. Grand Ball Guest Wheeling was very good. Nice. If Guest wasn't in the pack, though, Armory Mouse would not be a terrible consolation. Right? Because that's another decent, aggressive 2-drop to go along with the rats that we have. The Ash, not the rats. All right, we've opened a Devouring Sugar Maw for our pack 2 rare. We're probably going to end up taking that one. It's just too much of a beater on turn 4, right? 4 mana, 6/6 Menace Trample. And we have a few ways to make food or tokens otherwise right now. Issue being here is that I might not have access to white. So the question, I guess, is, does Ash plus the Princess Takes Flight beat out the Double Feed the Cauldron Sugar Maw? Probably not. We'll just take the Sugar Maw. Nice Witchstalker's Frenzy there. One of the best removal spells you can find in this format, and certainly one we're not going to pass. A couple of good 3-drops, the Redcap Thief and the Lord Skitter's Butcher we're passing, and then a Not Dead After All, which we can probably find one of those later on. Man, Dread Knight is so stupid good. Not going to be taking that one here. I guess at this point I'll take the Voracious Vermin, as we already have 2 Edgewall Pack. A couple of other fine choices there, but I think we want to take that Vermin. Wow. All right. Song of Totentons. Like I said, I feel like red was open, and indeed we are getting a pretty good sign here. 4th pick. I mean, that means from both directions it's been rather open. Losing out on 3, even 4 cards we would play, right? Vanity would be great. Naughty would be fine. Rat Out would be good. Even Bespoke Battle Garb I like in these type of decks. This is coming together. Hey, Scalding Viper, yeah. We might not ever have access to blue, but just as a 2-drop that kind of applies pressure, it's good enough. And wouldn't be hard to think that we find some ways to make treasure later on. Let's take that Daredevil now. Like I said, I think this is a pretty solid common in the red aggro decks, although I will want to maximize on getting more 2-drops. Losing on a Not Dead After All. This is a great start. We actually have quite a few ways to make tokens for the Devouring Sugar Maw too, even if we don't have access to the white side of the adventure. Okay, Grand Ball Guest, nice. Getting those late is great. I wonder if there's a world where we end up in such heavy red that cutting the Devouring Sugar Maw is actually better for mana purposes, right? Because if I only run like 5, 6, maybe 7 black cards, the double black on the Sugar Maw might not be worthwhile. Ariet's Whisper versus Bespoke Battle Garb. Let's take the Battle Garb here just to continue with the good red. Okay, Lord Skitter's Butcher came back. That was also fantastic. Yeah, we're probably just going to end up running the Sugar Maw at this rate. So what do we need? We need some more big removal, maybe? I have 2 Feed the Cauldron and Torch the Tower for smaller stuff. We have Frenzy for 1 big thing. I guess, I mean, I don't really care for Shatter, but I guess we pass it Taken by Nightmares. I'll take the second Tattered Ratter. It's good enough since we have the Song of Totentons and a couple of pack, but generally this is not a card I care for. Hey, even got the Not Dead after all. Nice. All right. Well, that is a pretty fantastic pack 3 open. One of the best red cards. The Red Cap Gutter Dweller even gives us a couple of rats for all those synergies that we have. Monstrous Rage, our biggest loss, and then another feed. Rights is actually okay in this deck as well, I feel, but yeah. Pretty close to a bomb, if not a bomb. Easy, easy. A little bit loaded on the top end for red-black, it feels like. What, we have 5 4-drops and a 5-drop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we do still have 6 2-drops, though, which is good. So it's not like we're aching for early game plays. So cards I'm looking to replace right now. Probably Minstrosity. 3rd Tattered Ratter. I don't think that's what we want. In fact, the Tattered Ratters have been coming back around, right? I think this card is bad, but it can be fun, and I do have plenty of tokens. Probably just supposed to take the Witch's Mark here. Let's see. Okay, there's a nice pack. A lot of awesome picks here for us. Gingerbrute, Guest, Giant, Vermin, Mantle even seems okay. What would Grabby Giant do for us? It would give us the treasure to allow a little bit of extra value, but that's not necessary. So I think either the Vermin or the Grand Ball Guest are the best choices. Let's go double up on Vermin now. Would we play a Stingblade Assassin? I don't think it would be bad in our deck. That's one of the ways that would allow our smaller creatures to keep attacking into bigger stuff. But I don't think it would replace anything. So maybe. Fiery Emancipation. Cut all the black and go mono red Fiery Emancipation for the LOLs. I was talking about how I wanted a big destroy effect, so maybe I'm just taking Shatter here. Shatter and cut the Witch's Mark or something. Or cut the Bruiser. Rat Out would be good here too, but we'll take the kill effect. Okay. I don't have any combos with the Twisted, do I? Not really. But it's just good enough to push damage. Man, I think the Fell Horseman's really good here too, and even the Harried Spear Guard is nice. It's kind of a tough pick. There is merit to running the Crystal Grotto. In fact, we probably will end up doing so, right? Just for the random value. Doesn't hurt too much. So I need to cut 2 cards here because I think 16 lands is not enough. I think we do want 17. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, there's the 3rd Tattered Ratter. Okay, that replaces Monstrosity, sure, but I'd still need to find 2 more cuts. I guess maybe the Battle Garb. Not amazing here. Not necessary here. And how good is the Bellowing Bruiser actually? Oh man, the Grand Ball Guest and the Ginger Brute Wheeling are also worthwhile, I feel like. Ah. It's not a bad problem to have, right? Too many playables. It's just... now we need to make the cuts. So Witch's Mark is fine to cut, I think. And maybe it is just the Bellowing Bruiser. I don't know. I feel like we don't necessarily need that to push through damage. It is really good with menace creatures, though. Yeah, you know what? I think it might be better than Ginger Brute in this deck. Oh, and I was going to run the Crystal Grotto, right? Yeah, so we can go 8/8 plus Crystal, even though, well, we have twice as many red cards as black. I guess we should go 9/7 Grotto. Yeah. Okay, looks good. Just straight up red-black aggro here. 3 Tattered Rattards to go along with like our Song of Totentons. That might be a little bit overdoing it. We'll see. Seems good enough, though. Okay, round 1 of this normal Wilds of Eldraine draft. Nice Devouring Sugarmaw dummy. It's a keepable hand, though, right? On the draw, we have 2/2 drops, so... just don't draw any more mountains for a little while, I guess. Crystal Grotto one time. That's a good 2-drop to draw. Yeah, 3 2-drops, we're fine. 4 2-drops, we're fine. We'll lead with the Scalding Viper here, since it can do some early damage just by playing it out. Plus, the Grand Ball Guest I couldn't double spell for a while anyways. Alright, the Catapult on turn 3. I mean, between Twisted and Bellowing here, we have some good ways to push unexpected damage. So they are going to bolt my Viper and hold up an individual red. So feign an attack. They didn't block the Viper last time. Okay. Well, I believe I kept a 3-lander, and 4 draws. We haven't found a land yet, which is unfortunate, of course. Sure, that's fine. Yeah, Torch wasn't a bad draw, because if they block, we get to Torch and kill their Catapult now. Okay. Currently sitting at 5 draws, no land. And the second Catapult has appeared. Ooh, and the Hatch Daddy plans. Hey, there's a black source. All right. Let's attack for 4. I could have played this pre-combat and pumped up the Grand Ball Guest, but they still would have blocked it anyways. So they use their stopgap. That either means they drew the hatching plans afterwards, or they have another bargain card in their hand. We're looking pretty good here, though. I want to go for close to a kill. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we probably just run out the 4/4 haste and attack with everything. They block one of the 2 damages, take 9, go to 3. Oh, they accidentally blocked a rat. Because the Tattered Ratter triggers on any rat, not just the tokens. Okay, good beats. GG's. That will be all she wrote. Okay, even though we got a little bit mana screwed there. Early enough plays and pressure. Plus our opponent was kind of just dirtling. As I am often doing. So, yeah, we'll take the first. Go to round number 2. On the play, hand's great. Hello. Let's see, we'll just go with the Viper here again on turn 2. Start getting the ping action alive. If they play a Fawn, we'll use Feed the Cauldron. Anything else, we'll probably just lead on Voracious Vermin. Yeah, like we're not going to bother killing the cookie this early. That doesn't matter. Although I will say, drawing the second Feed the Cauldron means it's actually a little bit better now to just pass. And reason is, they might not have that many things to kill that cost 3 or less for Feed the Cauldron, right? So now I don't want to trade so much. That 1/1 token is actually extremely annoying, huh? Alright, feed here. Attack for 1. I mean, if they just go land Hamlet Glutton, how do we win? Answer the daily double. We don't. Up them beans, okay. At least the Scalding Viper's already done work. It's already been a Lightning Bolt, or I guess Lava Spike, probably more apt. That's 4 damage the Scalding Viper has done now, for those of you keeping track at home. Why do they have a stop on their end step? That's weird. I guess we're gonna go like this. Make their 2 creatures unable to block, hit them for 5, and then play Tattered Ratter. I don't think I like my chances unless I draw like Song of Totentons, because like I said, Hamlet Glutton or something just ruins us. In fact, if they're gonna play a big creature, as odd as it seems, we want them to play like the Goose or something. Yeah, there it is, damn it. So they go back up to 16. That was actually a pretty good draw, okay. So feed on the fairy, smack with everything. Not dead after all the vermin, which I assume they're blocking. More rats. So what do we need to draw? We need to draw Shatter the Oath, or Twisted, or Song, or... What other good draws do I have? Sugarmaw. Oh, we have Redcap Gutter Dweller, Witchstalker Frenzy, 2 Edgewall Pack, Daredevil. Oh, we have quite a few good draws, actually. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's not bad. Our position is not terrible. That being said, I do think they've stabilized and are probably a little bit ahead because we know they have quite a few spells still in their hand, right? They have 3 more spells in their hand. Because I think they missed a land drop, didn't they? This is one of those times where I wish I had a Gnawing Crescendo, even though I don't like that card. High Fae Negotiator, yikes. Guess I'll just be mana efficient and play out the Bruiser. Block, 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 block. Take 6, but then they gain 3. Yeah. Starting to slip away. It's all starting to slip away. Maybe I should have held on to the Bellowing Bruiser for a little bit longer. That would only allow me to punch in 1 time, and we did get in for an attack for 5 that one turn that we did use it. Sheesh, okay. Looking kinda bleak here, friends. OP's gonna be outdrawing us by a ton of... They're already 5 cards deeper. Now they're back up to 16 already. I think we can probably scoop this one up after next draw step. Yeah, I mean, there's probably a very small chance if they made some mistake and then we top decked like Twisted or something, but I'm off it. Not gonna waste any more time. Or rather, not going to exert more effort when the odds are so low. Should you do that normally? Yeah, I mean, no, but I'm happy to pick up my cards and say, let's go to the next game. Triple swamp? Alright, we will go down to 6. Hey, that's a good 6er. Oh, I guess I'm pitching Shatter here. It's just too expensive. So I need to find a couple of lands, but this hand is really good if we can. Couple of lands, that's all we need. Couldn't be too hard. I've got 17 in the deck. Don't you do me like this. Your match. Ah, damn it. That really sucks. Not gonna lie. I'm not gonna block because they might have the rat maker, rat catcher trainee. Too risky. 4-2 menace. Alright, let's make a rat here and attack for 6. The race is on! The race is certainly on like Donkey Kong. I don't even remember what the ability is. Pretty irrelevant, right? Spells you cast this turn that are black and are red cost X less, where X, yeah. Yep, he did have the rat catcher trainee, no surprise. Alright, I'm gonna fall to 10. Feed them cauldrons, huh? Alright, hit him for 5, and then we're just gonna finish off the Rowan right now. Easy. Main phase, so we get the food. Torch the tower, my butcher. Sure. Alright. They left it on top. So 2 spells and hit me for 5, maybe? Yep. Alright, I'm at 5. Well, this game is close, but looks like they're going to pull ahead because we're just missing too many lands here, damn it. Good beats. Sucks to die with Red Cap Gutter Dweller in my hand, man. Yeah, they give their creatures menace, and I only can block 1 if they see the play. That'll do her. Oh, man, this sucks. 17 lands. Was that 1 win, 2 losses? I think our deck is decent. Alright, whatever. That's Magic, baby. Okay, we have the same number of lands here in our opening hand as we did all of the previous game. Another solid-looking opening hand. Look at that, a 4th land! Incredible. I hope we get to cast the Gutter Dweller at least once, because that would be very, very sad if we never got to cast it. Sure, that's fine. Hey! It's happening! And that just says sacrifice. Oh, God. Okay, well, if they're just running out the Princess Takes Flight like that, I guess I'd get at least 1 turn with the Gutter Dweller online, but I'm gonna assume they have a Celebrant in their hand. Yep. Pretty easy. Pretty easy to tell. Nice hit. Okay, that's good. Yeah, let's just... So, this is still really problematic for them because if they just Princess Takes Flight next turn, they're not going to have that much mana to follow up. And we're going to still have a ton of pressure on the board here, so... They went for the cut-in instead. I mean, that's still fine, obviously. So there's one card that we have to fade. That is the Wrath. I don't remember the name of it now. Yay! We cast the Gutter Dweller and we won! Ding, 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 ding. Alright, alright, alright. Makes us feel a little bit better. 2 wins, 2 losses. At least 2 more wins to go to get to that important 4-win mark, as always. And on to game number 5. Okay. We've got some rares. We've got some stuff. Looks like a bad budget constructed opening hand, doesn't it? The Ratter, the Dweller, the Frenzy, the Song. Gonna lead on Swamp so that the Song of Totentan doesn't give us priority after we play a Mountain. Hopeful Vigil. That's right, it's Vigil. Just like Nigel. Yeah. I don't know where I'm going with that. Leave me alone. Man, trading off Tattered Ratter would kind of suck here. But it's probably right since their creature has Vigilance. But given that we have Gutter Dweller and Song, and I mean, we have 2 more Tattered Ratters in our deck, so I will make the trade if given the opportunity. And we're just going to feed the Cauldron now. Keep the board clean. For our Gutter Dweller next turn, looking good. Mr. Elf. All right. So we will be sacking a rat here on upkeep. Okay. Get that extra card draw value. I messed up because I'm bad. Whoops. What I could have done is played the Tattered Ratter and attacked with my rat. I mean, there is a little bit of value to holding the rat because we have Frenzy and we have the Gutter Dweller, but I don't think they would have traded, right? It's just 1 extra damage. So, in essence, I missed 1 point of damage there. Whoopsies. Looks like this time it's going to be our opponent who's stuck on 3 lands, eh? For those of you who aren't aware of what Gutter Dweller does, lots of text. Baseline, it's a 3/3 menace that makes 2 1/1 rats, and then, yeah, you can sack a creature on upkeep, put a 1/1 counter on the Gutter Dweller, and exile the top card, which you can play that turn. Another Genealogist. All right, so that's going to pump up that 1 to a 3/4, and they're going to get to draw another card. Okay. I guess I'm just going to run out the pack and pass. We don't really have any good attacks. And I think we want to get the value of playing out the pack. Where are my lands? Sure, that's fine. There we go. I mean, just run out of 6/6 Menace Trample. Say go. We have tons of fodder for this thing. We have the food, the 2 tokens, the Song of Totentons eventually. Oddly, we actually sacrificed the human token here. Or what, a soldier token, whatever this is. Human. Right, because the rats are more valuable for us. Sure. Another hopeful vigil, okay. So, oh, you know what they thought? They thought they were going to draw an extra card. This only triggers once a turn. Now we are going to make some large attacks. This is Ward 1, right? All right. I mean, I think I'm just going to shatter this. We'll put the Wicked Roll on what? Tattered Ratter. I assume they're going to double block my Tattered Ratter, but I think I'm okay with that. Oh. I actually prefer this. Good. I don't know. Frenzy was good too, but I think what I'd rather do is set up a turn where I song for X's everything but 1 red, and then I attack and Frenzy a surprise blocker. Although I think here they might have access to Royal Treatment. In fact, I'm guessing they have a Royal Treatment like 85%. There's a lot of damn rolls. All right. In this case, I guess I will just song for maximum and attack with only the rats. So currently I'm going to make 5 rats, maybe 6. 6 it is. Then we're going to attack with all the rats plus the Grand Ball Guest. They're going to put the Genealogist on the Grand Ball Guest and use their Royal Treatment to eat it. But then they're going to take 7 damage here. And that gets the Royal Treatment out of their hand for Frenzy next turn. Oh, surprise. Okay. I was quite certain they had a Royal Treatment in hand. Unless they're forgetting they can only have one roll on their creature. Oh, weird. Okay. What else is green that could be holding up prior? Oh, a leaping ambush? Whatever that's called. I guess it could be leaping ambush, but wouldn't they have used it there too? I don't know. Well, what you got, friend? Because I think even at this point, if they went like land, Hamlet, Glutton, it probably would not be enough, huh? Okay. What you got, baby? Show me. Show me the goods. Pretty straightforward turn for us, right? Play the Scalding Viper pre-combat if they have any mana open. And then simply just attack. Ooh, that's very good. Okay. Oh, they do take a ping damage from the Wicked Roll. Still dead on board here. They're going to need something like an Archon's Glory to survive, but unbeknownst to them, I can just negate it with the Witchstalker Frenzy, right? Hello? Tank, 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 tank. Die. Okay, well. I suppose we take those. Okay, 3 and 2. Let's get one more. Minimum. 3-2 on to game 6. Ew, mama. Alright, I'm gonna YOLO this hand, and if we lose, it's my own doing, but I've got 3 lands and a red cap gutter dweller, so all I need to do is find 1 land. Here's the plan, though, to draw a 2-drop off the top into a swamp. Actually, not bad odds to do that. That's not exactly the 2-drop I was hoping for, but it will be something that I play out on turn 3. Am I just going to get rolled by red-white aggro, though? Very, very possible. Alright. Not going to complain. We'll take it. Not sure why they're holding priority there. I think what our game plan is going to be is to actually not play the Gutter Dweller now until turn 5, because I have Not Dead After All that I can hold up in addition to it. So I'll go like Swamp next turn and feed the Cauldron. And then set up for the Gutter Dweller plus Not Dead After All in case they kill it in some fashion. Alright, gets +1/+1 and cannot be blocked by creatures with power 3 or greater. You got me. Torch the tower too? They do! Alright. So, they sacrificed it in order to get Scry. Now I am really tempted to just fire off the Red Cap Gutter Dweller next turn, but I think given my hand, it's probably still just best to go like this and Gutter Dweller next turn. I mean, they could still have other ways to deal with the Red Cap Gutter Dweller that don't kill it, or more exile effects, right? Well, I guess that goes hand in hand, but I think I like doing this given the circumstances. Okay. Taking 4, going to 10. Crossing our fingers. I mean, if they just have like a cooped up, that gets me too, right? Oh, no, that's good. Oh, they have the torch? Please, no. Ah. And it's an exile instead of dies, so I can't even save it with Not Dead after all. Alright, well, they drew well. I think we played it right. They just had the counter to it. They opted to sack the roll instead of the rat, though. Interesting. Probs doesn't matter. Good beats. Obviously, I cannot beat anything here. I mean, it looks like they have something, but I have no option. I have to go for this because I have no other plays, so. Sure. Okay, I'm not technically dead here. Don't think it's worth it to go for Twisted quite yet. Obviously, I lose to any removal. I mean, if they just kill my Voracious Vermin, we're dead, so. Oh, that'll work too. GG's. Dead on board, right? This has Menace, so I'd have to double block, and then I take 2 damage otherwise. Well, that was unfortunate. Opponent's draw was pretty good. I think we played it correctly. I think we played it well. Sometimes that's the way it go. And 3-3. Yeah, good deck. Bad result. Some unfortunate draws. Not much you can do there. That's Magic, baby. I think we drafted well. I think we played it pretty well. So until next time, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.